Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, early this morning, on the same mission, trying to see if we can wake up so we can live. You know, as I turned my social media on this morning, and I'd like to observe it because when they delve into something, they pay attention to it. They're constantly at it. They're digging. They're following through, and they're feeding information that they are getting. Now, whether that information is accurate or not, well, as time passes, I guess we can get a chance to make that decision for ourselves whether we trust it or not. And we're not good at that. On the other hand, we're thinking about the regular news, whatever they touch. Most of the time, we think it's legit, but they only stay on it a few seconds or a minute, and then you don't hear anything else about it unless something else gets out of sight. But some of us, are constantly involved, and we want to know what's going on so we can know the proper decisions to make in our own lives. Well, but oftentimes now, what I'm hearing is this: I'm hearing Republicans and Democrats. This is a political season. Everything is about politics, it appears, and the media, social and regular, seem to be just going crazy because that's all they're throwing at us. And they're throwing the negatives as if the only time we can say there's a positive is if you're on one representation and something is said that represents you in a way you feel good, and they probably don't. When it's reversed, it's the same thing. And so we constantly got this going on, and we as a people are getting nowhere. I keep thinking about when I hear the Democrats saying things about what the Republicans are doing, what Trump is doing, and those that are following are doing. Now, those who have accepted the Democratic persuasion of thinking, philosophy, feels really good when they hear these kinds of statements made, and they're thinking, this ought to get them. They ought to wake up. This is clear enough. The blind can see this. And on the reverse side, it's just a slap in their face. And what they come up with is supposed to be something much uglier. That's how ugliness works. That's how demonic stuff works. That's how evil works. They gotta find something that's more devastating, more destructive. And then they come back at it with the Democrats. At the Democrats and the Republicans who have that persuasion philosophy, they feel real good throwing it back at the Republicans. So what you got the nation split, divided, constantly throwing at each other, the Republicans and Democrats. Neither one of them, they've been in power since the nation started, really. We've had, even though there might have been parties that they sprung up from. But these Democrats and Republicans, that perspective, even if you came from a Whig party or some other party that existed prior to, everybody knows that the democratic process, as far as people having the ability to engage themselves as the oldest party that is really known. At least that's what the research that I ran across states. And so we've been doing this for quite some time, which tells us that for quite some time what we experience today has been going on. So you got the Democrats and Republicans, and they're throwing at each other. I want us to stop. I want we the people to stop for a moment. If we've had political parties all along, and what they really represent is a difference. Let's say one party wants a big government, another party wants a smaller government. But one party wants to do more for the people, and another party wants to see that people make it happen themselves. And it maybe is the premise for the breakdown of the way we as a society operates. But regardless of that, ever since we have operated, we the people have not been satisfied. Oh yeah, there's been a segment over here who might have been satisfied at one time, or over here at one time satisfied, and maybe somewhere else never satisfied. But this is a continuation of the systems in operation, not just in this country, but around the world. So this is why I want us to stop and think. Every system that have been instituted have not worked for we, the people. in this country or anywhere else. They have not worked for we the people. And they've tried all kinds of things. They've tried kings and queens, Caesars and pharaohs, prime ministers and presidents, and dictators. And none of it has worked. Even here in America, we had a man bold enough to say that, and regardless of how the world has failed, here in America, I and I alone, not me, but him, he could fix it. And we here in America have had the worst catastrophe we've had in politics in a long time. So where are we, the people, in the midst of all of this? Now consider all of the stuff that's on the news is about the Republicans and what they're doing, and who Trump and the tricks and games that's been played, and what the prices and inflation and all of this is happening. And we the people are sitting on the sideline wondering what the outcome is going to be. Now, while you're thinking, all of what's going on is a reflection of our lives. Of our lives. These political people, political philosophies, are they getting you employed in great jobs, the jobs that you love and desire and want? These systems, its operation, its control, is it getting you in school, all of the education you require for whatever you're interested in? Is it taking care of those debts that you have? Is the system that we're fussing over, either one of them, getting us housing that is adequate and we as people are satisfied? Are we being fed the proper kinds of food that keeps us healthy? In fact, are we having better health care? Can we look for this to happen? Are there plans in the makings? Are any of these parties doing that? I mean, we know what they're doing right now. They're fighting and fussing over stuff that keeps us, we the people, distracted. So we recognize at the end of all of this fighting, you and I, we the people, are still going to be in the same situation or worse. Whatever the outcome of this fight between Republicans and Democrats, whatever the outcome is, we the people are going to end up being in the same situation or worse. Now, is that what we to think about ourselves? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, we the people, each of us individually, is anyone in Congress more important than you? Do those in Congress have access to health care, housing, and education if they require it, and other benefits? Do they have access to it? And if they do, how do they do that? Well, they'll say they're in a position of power, they're representing we the people, and we the people who've got some money, getting taxes, paying them, so they are being paid for the benefits that we ourselves are being denied. Something's wrong with that picture. Come, ladies and gentlemen, stop, think. 1 minute. Just stop, think. And I propose that any one of us, any one of you, any human being in America that decides that they do not want the benefits of life, they don't want food, they don't want clothing, they don't want health care, they don't want education, they don't want access to any of these things, then either move to another country or find a segment of land that they can live on where they don't have to do anything, just sit there and rot. If there are any people in this country that's against peace and prosperity and freedom and joy and the fulfillment of your dreams, and if you don't want these things, move over there with the people who don't want any life at all, who are pissed off of being in the human race. Move over there with them, because you shouldn't have any place here. Because here, these are the people, every last one of them, who want housing. Every last one of us want food and clothing. Every last one of us want education as we need it. Every last one of us want health care and access to transportation and any other thing that made known that we might want to use or just experience. That's what we want. Every last one of us want that. Now, if that's what we want, and we are the people who determine the government, we are the people who determine how do we get from A to B and to C. We are the ones that determine the path that's going to get us there. We are the ones that's going to play a part in that process of getting us there. What's to stop us? Definitely not money, because we're utilizing resources that were given to us. Everything that is used to do everything that mankind do comes from a resource that was given to us by the one that gave us the earth. And all of the things that we have done, they're the results of the power that put us here, moving us to action through our imagination, qualifying us with gifts that are given to various individuals to engage in the process to do the things that we've done. This is no happenstance. Individuals, you think like that, and you know that the heaven you live is the heaven that you create. It is the heaven that you design. It is the one that says it's all right with you. And when you, it means every last one of you, not some of us. And we don't settle for that crap that some people got it and others don't. I don't care what kind of philosophy that is. It comes from the pit of hell as far as I'm concerned, and as far as we are concerned, because we know what it does. It's nothing but a cancer. Well, I'm saying this to say that our focus as individuals, we let the politicians keep on fighting if they do it until they fix out this thing the way they're supposed to fix it out. But you and I, we the people, our focus should be on when this thing is over, they got a surprise. And that surprise is that we the people have changed. And whatever they represented, even though it was us, before, that is over. We're not concerned about the past. We're concerned about the now. We're concerned about the now. The now. That's what we're concerned about. The now that presents a future that we are pleased with. And so, you might have to go, or you just follow the flow. Now, so ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to leave that with you. Think about it. Because if I'm around, I'm going to keep coming back. I want you to know that I'm not trying to lead you anywhere. I'm trying to wake you up so the spirit of righteousness, the spirit of truth can lead you, the spirit of love. And I'm not talking about spirit of hate. Right now, today, we find out most people want to represent love, end up appearing to be the most hateful people you can be around. They're supposed to be representing love, and they appear to be some of the most hateful people you can be around because they banging this superiority over everybody's head, not understanding through love that they themselves was once this way. And if you want to draw people, then you got to be nicer than people are and not let them abuse you, but nicer than they are. This is how they're drawn. This is how they see some difference. This is how they understand that that stuff really does exist. People are nice. Think about it.